everyone. In the previous video, we created our Repurpose.io account, and we also connected our YouTube account and set up a workflow to distribute our full podcast episode to YouTube. In this video, we're going to look at setting up our LinkedIn account as a connection and sending just a snippet or just a part of the same episode to LinkedIn so that it can be repurposed as a LinkedIn post instead of a full YouTube video. So we'll create a new connection. And we'll just add a new connection here. And our output is going to be LinkedIn. So we still have the same audio podcast input, but this time we're adding a new output. And we can name this connection and at this point, you'll be prompted to verify your LinkedIn account. So once you've verified your LinkedIn account, you should see this success text here show up in green, and we can click done. And so now we have our Recruit HQ LinkedIn account linked up as a connection. So we can build a new workflow. And this time we're going to name our workflow podcast to LinkedIn. We'll choose an input type as our audio podcast feed. And again, this is auto-populated because we only have that single podcast available. And instead of full episode here, we're going to select snippets and we'll click next. And then for our output connection, we'll go with the Recruit HQ LinkedIn connection. So this is going to go to the company page, and we want to make sure we've selected the correct LinkedIn account and page. So we'll click done. Great. Now we can click the gear icon to set up our snippets and our customization. For consistency, I'm going to use the same settings that I used for our YouTube workflow. The episode artwork only selection is what I'll pick, and we're just going to customize the waveform color. And I'll just copy that, and great, we don't even have to paste it in there. It's already in as our progress bar color as well. Great, so we'll keep all of the other settings the same for now, and we can keep the default snippet duration as 30 seconds. We'll be able to actually go in and pick the specific snippet in just a second as we go to the other customization screen, but as the default, we can leave that as 30 seconds, and we don't want it to auto sync. We want to select the snippet that we want to share specifically. So from here, we can just click save. Now we need to create our snippet. So we'll click view content. And we're going to go to the same episode that we used in our previous video. And we'll create a new snippet. So this will just take a few seconds for your podcast episode to load in before we can pick the exact minute and seconds that we want to use for our snippet. It should only take a few seconds to load up, and we can pick the start time and the end time, as well as specify the durations. For our snippet, we want to use a 28-second snippet from the 29:23 mark, and we want to make sure we click that check so that it saves that time. And we're going to end it at 29:50. And so it's auto calculated there that the duration is only 27 seconds instead of our default 30 seconds. You could play the snippet here to make sure that it is the exact area that you're looking for. Perfect. So that sounds like it's in the right spot for our starting spot, and it's just going for those 27 seconds. So we'll create snippet. So we're going to publish this. And Again, we don't need the episode artwork. That's optional. It's fine for just using our podcast thumbnail. And we have our description and show notes and the title, which have all been pulled in directly from Anchor, where our podcast is being hosted. So we'll click Publish Now. That's queued up and will take a few minutes to process before it gets published over to our LinkedIn page. Great, so it looks like it's published and we can just click on the eye to see it in action over on LinkedIn. Awesome. There it is, published to our Recruit HQ LinkedIn page with our information here from the description as well as the show notes. And there is our snippet able to be heard and seen there, currently on mute, but the post is there and it looks great. Awesome. So that's how you can use Repurpose.io to distribute your audio or video content across multiple channels. You can go even one step further on their paid plan and have all these steps automated for you so that your workflows will automatically be triggered when your content is published and you have new content that you want to distribute, which is very cool. Best of luck, and we can't wait to see what you do with Repurpose.io.